Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here for November 10th. Let's jump right into our charts and see what we kicked off the new week. First on the board is our December live cattle. We did see a pretty solid rally here across the cattle market today. Both feeders and fats posting some nice gains after last week's visit to that 200-day moving average. Thursday and Friday last week, we did see this December live contract balancing out here right on top of that 200-day average, acting as long-term support. Today's action opening up down here around 218.37 and just hitting the ground running as the bulls pushed higher all day long. This market making a nice break here above that 223 bull pivot, getting this relief rally underway. I say relief rally at the moment because this market still has a lot of work to do to get back up in here into uptrend territory as we are trading down here below this 50-day moving average with this 20 now crossed below it. This is downtrend territory and the bears are in control here at the moment. We expect to see them step in and offer some resistance here between 230 and 233. Last week's high and these declining moving averages are going to be a pretty tough point for the bulls to break through. This market is going to see some resistance in this area. Whether or not we push through it or come back down, it will have to remain to be seen. But this is going to be a pretty tough spot to chew through just on the first run. The bulls are going to have their work cut out for them here as we are still in downtrend territory. This rally should be sold into. At the moment, we'll have to wait and see if this is just going to be a dead cat bounce or something that we can create some structure around and potentially offer a good breaking point to create a new uptrend from here. In the meantime, we'll look for this relief rally to start running into some resistance in the low 230s. The bears are going to try and push this thing back down here towards that 200-day moving average and potentially lower. We'll have to wait and see what comes of it. But at the moment, this market is going to be sniffing out some of this leftover supply up here. Leftover sellers waiting back here around the 230 mark. Look for this market to continue pulling back up into here, and then we should see the resistance start to step in. Bears are going to try and put on some selling pressure and get this thing rolling lower again. I'll have to wait and see how that battle plays out once we get there. Bulls definitely have a lot of work to do before we can get back up here into uptrend territory. So in the meantime, let's look for everyone to remain cautious and defensive here until this market has some good breaking points to trade around and we are back above our major moving averages. Next up, we got our January feeders on the board. Pretty nice relief rally here today as well, with this January contract hitting a limit up today. This market did see some good support late last week near this 200-day moving average as well. Nice little rally here off the open with this market pushing higher all day long as well. Nice break above Friday's high, which was our bull pivot there at 322.50. But like that live cattle market, this downtrend still remains intact, and we expect to see this just be a little bit of a relief rally that gets sold into. Bulls are going to try and rally back up here towards this 334 to 340 area. That's where the gap starts back up here at this breakdown here from the 27th of the month. We are going to have plenty of resistance to try and chew through here, so don't expect the bulls to climb straight out of here. Look for resistance to step in here in the mid 330s up towards 340. Bears are going to put on some selling pressure here and try and attack this 200-day moving average again and see if they can get it to break and continue lower. We'll have to wait and see how this market plays out, though, as well. We expect to see the resistance step in up here at these major moving averages, but whether or not this is just a dead cat bounce or something that could create some structure to trade around to the upside remains to be seen. We do expect to see this resistance step in up here, and the bears are going to start to put on some selling pressure. We encourage everyone to remain defensive here at the moment until we can get some structure to trade around, or this market to rally back here above this 50-day moving average and get back up here into uptrend territory. In the meantime, remain defensive. This rally is going to be a selling opportunity for the bears, so don't be looking for this thing to rally right back out of here. We're going to need a lot of work to do before we can get that uptrend back on track. Look for the bears to see some selling opportunities throughout over the next few days here. Next up, December corn futures. A little bit of a rally here today, reversing most of Friday's action. This market did briefly undercut that bear pivot there at 426 3/4, but at the moment we're still holding these prior 2-week lows. A little bit of a rally here, nothing major, just a pretty tight range day with about a 5-cent range, but good support at that 20-day moving average. If the bulls want to get an uptrend on track, they want to see this thing cut back up here towards these range highs and get a finish back here above 437, which could open the door to a new uptrend up here towards 450. In the meantime, this has been a pretty sticky price for these corn futures. Look for the choppy sideways action to continue here in about a 10-cent range right around this 430 mark. Crude oil prices continue to balance out here around $60. Not a whole lot to be said here as this market just continues to trade around the $60 mark. This market just hanging inside Friday's range, drawing a lot of equal highs right here around the 60 half mark. If the bulls are able to get some bids above there, we should see this market kind of snap back up here, retest this 50-day moving average. but we won't see a new uptrend or at least any more upside until we can get a close back above that 61.5 mark. Then we should see this 60 to 65 excuse me, range continue to play out. Bears still are in control here with these moving averages trading below each other. We expect to see this resistance continue to hold, but we just have some pretty choppy prices or pretty choppy action here, as this $60 mark has been a pretty comfortable price for this oil market. Not expecting a whole lot of quick directional moves here. Look for the slow bleed lower to continue, or more choppy action here around the $60 mark. Last but not least, our S&P futures on the board. Equity indexes showing some pretty solid rallies today. Last week we did see that pullback right here towards that 50-day moving average, offering some good long-term support. Really nice probe and rally into the close today of that 50-day moving average. On Friday. Probe of that 50-day average, rallying back up here towards the highs, offering a really nice buying opportunity as we came into the week. Bulls hit the ground running. Sunday night open, pushing higher all night long, and continuing to see some more upside during the day session today. Nice strong rally here, good volume, pushing back above that 20-day average. Looking like the bulls are rolling. We expect to see this market continue climbing up here towards all-time highs. Same story here in the Nasdaq and the Dow as well. Pretty solid rally here in all three of our major indexes. Stocks remain strong and healthy. This environment still remains very strong and healthy. Look for stock prices to continue climbing. This is a pretty good opportunity here to be buying some deals or looking for deals. Start deploying some capital here as we are seeing a nice bounce here off these major moving averages, and we do expect to see this uptrend continue rallying into year end. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.